Hi everyone, the Lone Wolf here. Welcome back to some EVE Online, and as you may know, we got a free Armageddon in the wormhole from our adventures with the Russian, and Katsuko decided to feed it up with what he was capable of using. It's actually pretty good for his skills. His missile skills are decent, his drone skills are decent, and he has been focusing on armor tank mostly, so it's pretty much perfect for him. He can't use Tech 2 sentries or the Tech 2 missile launchers just yet for a battleship, but with Meta Force and some faction drones, we are out here to test how two Armageddons perform in a site compared to, let's say, two dominixes, which is what we've been using most of the time that we were in the wormhole. I do think that when it comes to PvP, a setup like this is going to be stronger than two dominixes just because of the added DPS from the missile launchers, and of course because we did decide to go for cap boosters this time. So Katsu's Armageddon is pretty much a mirror fit of mine, except where I use some Tech 2s, he sometimes uses like a metaphor or something like that. And here we go, we get started. Am I shooting the same Vigilant Sentry as Katsu is with the missiles? Yep, I was. So that's okay, but not really a good gauge for the DPS of his battleship alone. In the meantime, you can see I tend to use my missiles for those small sleeper drones. I do feel that they do a pretty good job once they are webbed. I think that's really worth it, and I do feel that this is the major advantage that we get from using the Armageddon over the Dominix, is that because of the missile damage on the battleships, if I were smart, I would immediately go after the triggers, which are the emergent watchmen, and in such a case you don't need to switch out the drones from your sentries to like small drones or ogres to take care of the small drones. It's really the biggest advantage with two Armageddons on the field. As you can see, we're doing pretty well, and we have basically 4 sets of weapons or weapon systems that are helping us in doing this site. And I do feel that the missiles running the small drones, it's pretty good. It's not that efficient, but if at the same time you have your sentry drones taking care of the medium drones, you should see that in a moment, it actually works out pretty efficiently overall. Because of the lower tracking, your guards need a bit more time on the medium drones, and your missiles also need a little bit of time on the small drones, but overall it actually works out to a pretty efficient setup, especially when there's 2 of us, of course. That's a lot of missiles from rapid heavy missile launchers, and of course a lot of sentry drone damage as well if we decide to apply that there. So here we go, we actually have only 1 medium and 6 small drones. So Katsu actually decided to test out his enhanced ogres, I think. So they're not just normal Tech 1s, but they are a bit faster and have more tracking than the regular ogres, than even the ogre 2s, and so they've been doing a pretty good job of taking care of some of these small sleepers, while my guard 2s take care of that one awakened patroller at 28 kilometers, pretty much perfect for these guards. That's pretty much in optimal, but still 1 miss right there, as you can see. And I decide to focus a little bit on these integrated ogres, that's actually what they're called, to see how effective they are and what kind of a viewpoint they have from the battle. So there we go, another one destroyed. Next spawn comes in, get a couple mediums and a couple more small ones. So we do decide to go with only 1 set of sentries, take care of the rest with these integrated ogres and our missiles. And I think this is a pretty cool view. While the ogre bounces around chasing his target, you've got both of those Armageddons taking fire and dishing out missile damage all over the place. And then we've got, of course, the 5 guards that are chewing through these medium drones decently effectively. Not really great. You can see at 17 kilometers there are a lot of misses in there, but this does give me a little bit of time to focus on the small drones with the missiles on web targets. It's actually going to work out pretty nicely. There goes another one, and all of those missiles flying around is pretty cool. In the meantime, that patroller is finally coming into structure. And in the meantime, as you can see, yeah, pretty good work on all of those small sleeper drones. So I feel that the missiles do a good job there. They're not completely ideal, but for heavy missiles they do a pretty good job on those small sleepers. Next up we've got a Watchman, who's got much lower resistance, so that's going to be a lot faster. And I now need to rip for like the first time, so it's all good. And overall, I'm really happy with the performance that we had here. I'm surprised time-wise. It's pretty much 5 minutes of fighting or something like that, which is equivalent to what we have in dominixes, I think. And so I do feel that the ability to have 2 sets of missile launchers and 2 sets of drones adapted to the different sleepers that come in actually end up time-wise to be just as good as the Dominix when we're using these 2 ships, which is a bit surprising because just one Armageddon does struggle a little bit longer with the sides than a single Dominix. But once there's 2 of us, I think just the amount of extra DPS that the launchers bring to the table help us clear these sides just as quickly. So pretty good, and I'm looking forward to bringing these ships in a PvP situation. Anyways, that's it for this video then, guys. Just a last emergent patroller to take care of, and I'll see you all next time.